Hello and welcome back to Nerds App. So I've been rocking the Pixel 8 Pro as my primary device for the past 8 months since launch, and it is without a doubt a very good phone. The performance has been rock solid, the camera is one of the best I've seen on any phone most of the time, and we'll get into that in a bit. But there's just some things about it that I just wish Google would do a little bit better. Now, to give you a bit of context of where I sit in the whole smartphone arena, my last phone was an iPhone 13 Pro, and I know what some of you might be thinking, Apple fanboy here, talking about the things he doesn't like about Android. Not the case. So every phone I had before the iPhone 13 Pro was an Android. So I don't consider myself as dedicated to either ecosystem. I just kind of love technology, want to sample it all. I'm not loyal. So I just wanted to put that out there because you will hear me comparing the Pixel to the iPhone, making some of these points, and that's because the iPhone was my last phone, and it's not because I necessarily think that Apple are better than Android or Android are better than Apple. I just want a good phone that does everything, don't we all? So, right, let's get into the list. That's enough of that waffle. So first on my list is the fact that there's no HDMI output on the Pixel 8 Pro. So if you want to connect your phone with a cable to a monitor or a TV, you can't do that. There's no support for it. I could do that on my Huawei P20 Pro, released in 2018. I could do it on my Samsungs before that had DeX. I could do that even on my iPhone 13 Pro that I had before this, although I did have to buy an extra adapter from Apple, so thanks for that. But I could do it, but I can't do it on the Pixel 8 Pro. So apparently the hardware to do this is present in the Pixel, and there are some articles that I've seen that say that this is coming in a future update, and I think it may even be in the latest beta release. But we're talking 8 months after the phone was released. Why are we waiting 8 months to be able to connect a phone to a TV? Now I get that that feature's probably not essential to everybody. It's not necessarily essential to me, but I just think that on a flagship phone in 23, 24, you should just be able to do that. We've been able to do that on so many phones in the past. It would be useful for me because I have a portable monitor that I like to take with me when I go camping, and it's useful to be able to download shows offline on Netflix, and I can plug my phone into the monitor and watch them on there. Well, I could, but I can't anymore. So the next thing on my list is Face Unlock. So coming from an Apple phone using Face ID, the Face Unlock on the Pixel is terrible. So it requires you to be at the perfect angle, it requires perfect lighting conditions. If you're in a dark room, just give up. It's not going to work. There's not enough light for it to see your face. Whereas on the iPhone, obviously that has LiDAR, so we can pick it up perfectly. So I've resorted to using the fingerprint sensor instead, and it's pretty good. It's pretty responsive, but obviously it's not as quick as just unlocking it with your face. Next is the lack of accessories for the Pixel 8 Pro. So there are definitely cases available, and obviously there's things like the Pixel Watch, but I was on holiday. I've been traveling around Asia for the past 3 weeks. I went to Japan, I went to South Korea, and I went to Hong Kong. And whilst I was there, my phone case broke. One of the buttons on the volume rocker broke off, and I thought, not a big deal. And then a second one broke off, and I thought, right, time to get a new case. So I don't know if any of you guys have been to that part of Asia, but there are hundreds of phone shops everywhere that sell accessories, phone cases. So imagine my surprise when not a single store that I went into stocked a case for the Pixel 8 Pro. So they had all the cases for iPhone, they had all the cases for Samsung, Xiaomi, things like that, but not one store I visited had a case for the Pixel 8 Pro, and that was in Japan and South Korea. I didn't bother looking in Hong Kong. By the time I got to Hong Kong, I thought I'll just wait until I get back and order one off Amazon. But even on Amazon, your choices are pretty limited. I wanted a case that had MagSafe because I have MagSafe accessories and chargers and things like that. And there was only a couple. I didn't have much choice. If I wanted to choose a certain design, I couldn't. I just had to go for a clear speaking case with MagSafe, and it's fine. But if I had an iPhone, if I had a Samsung, if I had almost any other device, I'd have more choice, but I just have to go with whatever's available. It's a similar story on release day when I tried to get a screen protector. None of the local stores stocked them. Many of them didn't even know that the Pixel 8 Pro had been released, so in the end I had to go for, I think it was a Samsung screen protector that just happened to fit. The guy in the store was very good and tried 3 or 4 out for me, and then landed one that almost fits. It's not millimeter perfect, but it does the job, and I've still got that on now. So next is the lack of a native video editor on the phone. Whilst you can edit videos and apply things like effects, and I think you might even be able to add music, You can't create a video using multiple clips, so you can't stitch things together and put transitions in between and things like that. For that, you'd have to get a third-party app, and usually to get a decent one without watermarks and with all the features that you need, you'd have to pay for it, and I've ended up paying for an app, and it was only about £10, so it's not the end of the world. But with Apple, you get iMovie included, and I think with Samsung as well, you might get something similar, but I might be wrong there. So it would be nice to have something built in on a premium phone that cost me £1,000. So this one's definitely a little bit niche, definitely personal preference, but just bear with me, I'll explain. So every phone I had before the iPhone 13 Pro was an Android, as I said before. And on those Android phones, obviously you can install any browser you like, and typically the address bar, where you type in the web address, is at the top of the screen. And I've never had a problem with that, that's always been fine. When I moved to Apple and used Safari browser, the address bar is at the bottom of the screen, and that was a little bit of a culture shock to start with, but after a while, it actually made sense. It's much closer to my thumb, so I can just tap there, type the address, not having to reach to the top of the screen and type that in. And also, if you swipe across on the address bar on Apple, it will take you to the next tab, and I know that that happens in Chrome as well. But if there's no next tab, it will open a new tab, and that's really intuitive, so you don't have to reach to the top and press the plus button to open a new tab. So when I moved back to Android and Chrome, there's no option to put the address bar at the bottom of the screen. I'd like that. Now I mentioned at the start that the camera on the Pixel 8 is brilliant, and it is brilliant. It has 3 lenses. It has the wide angle lens, it has the main lens, which I'm recording on right now, and it has the telephoto lens, and all of those lenses are great. They all take great photos, they all take great videos, especially if you use the video boost feature too, and if you remember to turn that on. But the thing that the phone doesn't do very well, and I noticed this straight away when I got the phone, is it doesn't switch between those lenses very well. It doesn't switch between them very smoothly. So if you're recording a video and you'd like to smoothly pan in or smoothly pan out, it's very obvious that you're switching between those two lenses. There's a slight jump and then you can see it refocus. And you might think, well, fair enough, it is switching between those lenses, so it's impossible to mask the transition from one to the next. But Apple managed to do it. On the iPhone 13 Pro, it was seamless. You could barely tell you were switching between the lenses. And not only when it zoomed in and out was it smooth and it didn't jump between the frames, it was also a very smooth animation when switching between the two. Whereas on the Pixel, it is a juddery mess when it does that, and it's very obvious. Now, this has definitely improved since I first got the Pixel 8 months ago. So when I first got it, I thought, great, they're gonna patch this surely because this is not good. But it's marginally better, it's not way better. And as I say, we're 8 months in. Maybe this is why Google said they'd do 7 years of software updates. That's how long it's going to take them to fix everything. So one of the main reasons that I bought the Pixel phone was for all the AI features that we were talking about. There was a lot of hype around them, and I can remember seeing the announcement video where they were showing the photo editing using generative AI to fill in photos and things like that. And it was all very smooth and it all looked very cool and it was all very futuristic. But when you come to use it, it's not actually quite like that. It's very obvious that everything that you edit is happening off device. It was very slow. It wasn't very good at predicting what you wanted to do with the image because there's no sort of customization with these AI photo editing tools. You just sort of tap things and circle things. You can't type anything in to ask it to do something. So it's trying to interpret what you want, and it does an okay job sometimes, but just not what I hoped it would be. And that was one of the main reasons I purchased the phone. The Magic Eraser is great. So it's not always perfect, but that's not something that I had on my Apple device, and that would definitely be something I would miss if I was to switch back. Talking about AI features, some of them still aren't available that were advertised at launch. So one of the features I was excited about was the ability to ask Google at any point to summarize what was on the screen. So you could be reading an article and think, that's too long, summarize this for me, and it would just read it back to you or give you a brief version of it. But it still pops up saying this isn't available in your region. I'm in the UK. So I just feel like I've been missold it a little bit there. To me, that was going to be a really useful feature. It was not the main reason I bought the phone, but it was one of the reasons why I bought the phone, and it's not available, and it still isn't available. So when can I have that? Oh yeah, 7 years of software updates. So within the next 7 years? So something I definitely missed this time when I switched from Apple to Android was a decent tracking network. So Apple obviously has the Find My network, it's very well established, it uses every iPhone, so chances are if you've got an AirTag somewhere, there will be an iPhone near enough to it for you to be able to track that. Now there are devices you can use on Google, like I think the Tile and some Eufy devices, but they're just not as reliable as Apple AirTags because it depends on certain people having certain apps, having certain devices, whereas the Apple Find My network just works with any iPhone that's nearby. So I did miss that when I went traveling recently. Now I know that Google are working on a network similar to the Find My network. It may even be released now, but it's just obviously not as well established as Apple's is. So it's something that I'm sure will be great, but it's not quite there yet. Right, so that's my rant over. Thanks for listening to that. As I said at the start, the Pixel 8 is a great phone. I am enjoying it. The photos taken on are amazing. I'm recording a video on it right now, I think for a non-professional camera in a non-professionally lit room. It looks pretty good, and I'm not even using the video boost feature at the minute, so let me know what you think of the video quality of this. I won't be getting rid of it quite yet. I'm not sure what I'll be having next time, whether it'll be an Apple, whether it'll be a Samsung. I probably won't go for a Pixel next time just because I like to keep things fresh, but time will tell. Maybe I'll get suckered in again by that Google keynote and we'll have a load of new AI features that'll just do everything for me, including YouTube maybe. That'd be good. Anyway, thanks for watching. See you next time.